This movie's fucking awesome. I have only seen it once until now. I watched it once. It was probably one of the many Redbox movies I rented in 2019, 2018. For whatever reason, I've always loved Redbox as a kid. And I really got into Redbox again in like 2019 and 2018. And this is one of those ones I watched. This is now only the second time I've watched it. I haven't watched it since I rented it on Redbox all those years ago. And I still fucking loved it. It's awesome. There's a sequel I've never watched. It's not on anything I have, so I won't be watching it anytime soon unless I get it on DVD. Um, I never thought the movie needed a sequel. I thought it was kind of stupid that they set up a sequel at the end of the movie. Like they were expecting get a sequel immediately, man. Um, I still think that's stupid. Like I thought it was stupid when I watched it back then. I did not remember one of the main actors being Karen from fucking Daredevil. Did not remember that. Um, Another thing is, one of the characters, he's probably the nicest character in the movie. Um, he's Dale from Tucker and Dale versus Evil. I fucking love that movie. He's really cool here too. I like all the characters in here. Besides the nerdy guy and the rich guy, the nerdy guy is just a stereotype, and that's all he is. And then at a certain point, he just won't stop. Like, he keeps saying dumb shit about how he doesn't think the escape room is actually dangerous. So, of course, he's the first to go to, up the stakes. It's just so lame. I do feel bad for him that he died still, because he was probably the saddest death in the movie for me back when I watched it. And his death is still sad. Not as sad as I remembered it, but still sad. I thought it was fucking goofy. Still, this is another thing. I remember thinking this was dumb back when I watched it. The nerdy guy um, talks about this guy named the Game Master, and Karen's character. Well, I don't know what her character in the movie is, but Karen from Daredevil, she's like, uh, he was talking about a games master. Maybe he's already here. Accusing another guy of killing the nerdy guy. I just find it really stupid because this is what happens. They're all berating each other throughout the movie at multiple different points of the movie. It doesn't get to a point where you don't like any of the characters, but at times it's slightly annoying. But they're just being rude to this guy throughout the movie. So, eventually he just fucking walks off and smokes a cigarette. And eventually they need his lighter, so he just kind of tosses it. Like, he's not going to go hand it to them politely. They've been an asshole to him. So he just tosses it. The nerdy guy goes to retrieve it, and he falls through the ice. And they blame him? What? How would he do that? You think he's got powers to fucking explode the ice or something? Like, they're like, oh, you were the only one near him when he died. Like, it's what? It's so stupid. I don't know why they were accusing him of murder. It doesn't really go anywhere. Because, he tries to save the Dale guy at one point. I'm going to go look at the cast real quick. Okay, so it's Ben, Mike, Amanda, Jason, Zoe, and Danny. Don't know why I forgot them. They're all pretty generic names. Um, the sets are fucking cool. They were the most memorable thing about this movie. It's PG-13, but I remember when watching it on the Redbox for some reason that they had two F-bombs in it. But on rewatch, unless I forgot, because it has been 2 or 3 days since I've watched the movie, I don't remember a single F-bomb. So I don't know if they got in trouble for that and they ended up editing it out or what. Because I totally remember this movie having two F-bombs in it and being so surprised when I watched it a few years back in 2019, which is actually not a few years back. That's quite a while ago. But, anyways, the first room is like this fire room It gets hotter and hotter. They end up getting kind of screwed because they try and calm one girl down by having her drink some water, but they need the water to help escape from the room. They do end up being able to get out of there, though, because Ben carries a flask and he uses his alcohol to fill the cup. Um, then the next room is a cold room. It's honestly kind of underwhelming. Like, it's beautiful, it looks amazing, and it is memorable, but nothing really happens there. Like, there's not really any stakes besides the fact that they offhandedly mention that the room's getting colder. It's boring. I didn't like that room. The next room's fucking upside down and is the coolest set by far, at least to me. Um so yeah, that one's really fucking cool. Ben saves Mike, and it doesn't like make them trust him or anything. It's just like I said, the whole them accusing him of being a murderer thing doesn't really go anywhere. Um it was just kind of there. It was stupid. Uh they Amanda ends up dying during this one. So she's gone now. She falls to her death. Um Now it's just Ben, Jason, Mike, and Zoe. Zoe's the stereotypical nerdy character too, so I guess I thought that was weird that they had two and they killed off one and then the other one survives. Just feels kind of lazy to me that the other one's got to be a nerdy stereotype too. But I still really enjoy this movie. Um they find out that that the people here know all this very specific details about them and blah blah blah, and they realize that they're putting sole survivors against each other because it's a statistical improbability of having a sole survivor. Um, because usually, if there's gonna be survivors, there's usually more than one. Only having one survivor is very unlikely, which is a cool concept that they, use. Zoe seemingly dies here, and they kill Mike here. Um, then we only see one more room. There is another one, but it's not very memorable. One room that's like closing on in on Ben, and we saw it in the opening scene a little bit, and then um, we see it again later in the movie. Like, it's just I almost forgot about it until just now thinking about it. It's just not very good. Um, were they expecting other characters to die there if they made it? And two characters dying in one room is just very unlikely, obviously. Um, they try and do the heart rate thing on Mike, which ends up killing poor Mike. So sad. I honestly didn't think he died there. I thought he was gonna get brought back to life, but no, he's just dead now. Very underwhelming, in my opinion. Um, Especially since Mike was definitely my favorite character. I liked Ben a lot too. Zoe is just too much of a stereotype. Amanda, I was really surprised, even though I've seen this movie before, that she was the second to go. Like, I had remembered Danny dying, but I had not remembered any of the other deaths. I had remembered Danny dying, and that was it for some reason. Just wow, I did not expect Amanda to be the second to go. So the next room is like this, like black and white room. It's kind of weird. Ben and Jason get drugged from touching something. Now, the question is, Jason is a decently strong guy. Um, what if it would have just been him to open it? Like, he would have been the only one to need the needle, and he could have just used it all himself, and they could have just moved on. That room basically had no stakes. Um, just, and if other people had survived, that would have killed a lot of people. So maybe that's why they had that lazy closing in on room, because originally that room would have had Mike, Zoe, Ben, and Jason in it. Um, it's though again, Jason did come to the conclusion that killed Mike, so maybe they did expect one of them to die in that room, but not Zoe. So it would have been 3 people in that room. It's whatever. Ben makes it to the game master, but obviously they can't let him leave because they would get in trouble. Though we learn later at the end of the movie that Ben wouldn't have turned them in. So it's pretty funny that they try and kill this guy. Like, I get it's to cover up their crime, but he wouldn't have snitched on him. I mean, he's trying to smoke a cigarette and he's like, oh, so I get to go now. He's kind of chill about it. So yeah, the game master tries to kill Ben. Zoe shows up because surprise, surprise, she's not actually dead. She had attacked 2 people. We saw her do that. But it was pretty obvious she didn't die there. They had cut, you know, the scene in a certain way that you could tell that she wasn't gonna die. I don't know how to explain it. So they kill the game master, and personally, my favorite kill of the movie. I mean, it's PG-13, so they can't get too violent, but they fucking they dome his ass. They hit him hard as hell, then they shoot him, and then we do see the aftermath, and he's got like bullet wounds, and I think it was a pretty decent kill. Zoe meets up with Ben like 6 months later, and she's like, "Hey, Jason, Amanda, Mike, and Danny, all their deaths were ruled as accidents. Amanda died while hiking. Danny went on a swimming trip or something and drowned. Jason was, I don't remember what happened to Jason. I think he was like thrown off a bike or something. That was kind of a weird death. And I don't remember Mike's either. And Ben's just kind of like, we lived, let's just kind of move on. But no, she's already fucking bought plane tickets to go. Which is crazy because her parents died in a plane crash. But, it's just, you know, whatever. I guess she's over her fear. They do mention that she's like over her fear now or something. And then they cut to this like kind of goofy thing that I did not remember. I had remembered the movie ending at that scene, but the movie ends with like some people acting out a plane crash simulation, and I guess the new game master or something, because they killed the game master, is gonna kill them in like a plane crash or something. Like what? Just kind of a weird setup. The sequel is called like something about champions, Tournament of Champions, and it came out in 2021 during COVID. So I'm surprised I didn't watch it. You know, it's not like there was anything else to do, but I guess I just never got to it. But yeah, I still think it's a decent movie, though it does have its flaws. I really enjoy it though. The sets are fucking really cool. The kills aren't too bad for a PG-13 movie. You know, it's not like, oh, this person dies off screen. You know, I like the kills. And that's it.